Star Wars Andor Season 2, or Andor Star Wars Series Season 2, is now out. I have seen it in its entirety. I'm very excited to talk about this. It's always really a special experience when I get to sit here and talk to you guys about a Star Wars project. It is my favorite franchise of all time, so I tend to recognize I have a little bit of bias when talking about Star Wars stuff, and it always means a lot to be able to sit here and talk about it with you guys. But Andor is something completely different, honestly, and it's taken Star Wars to new heights just in its first season alone. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Andor is a prequel to Rogue One.
Are you with me?
All the way.
And Season 2 in particular is leading us right directly into Rogue One, and it's the events that happened pretty much right before Rogue One or 4 years beforehand, and just kind of leads us right into it. We're following the character Cassian Andor to give him more development, which is fantastic because it's one of my biggest complaints about Rogue One coming out of it was the fact that a lot of those characters just didn't have development, and I was hoping Andor would fix that. After having finished this season that I was very excited for in the first place, I don't really have a lot of words. I'm pretty speechless about it, actually. I remember I actually had one person ask me one time, a long time ago, I was ranking my Star Wars films, and it was always New Hope and Empire Strikes Back right at the top there. Somebody had asked me, like, what would it take, honestly, for Star Wars to top New Hope or Empire Strikes Back? The answer to that question is this. This is what it takes. Andor Season 2 is the greatest Star Wars thing ever made. Honestly, after seeing it now, I can say that with full confidence. First of all, it's the most clever writing Star Wars has ever had. Tony Gilroy is an outstanding writer. He's done a great job helming this series. It's one of those shows that kind of zigs where you think it's going to zag, even though you know that this is a prequel to Rogue One. You don't really know what's going to happen and how this is going to change Rogue One. And it sure did change Rogue One. I put Rogue One on immediately after this, and I was just blown away by how different of a movie that is now. And that's one thing the series did very cleverly. It has multiple characters. We are not just following Cassian Andor, and Diego Luna does a phenomenal job in this season, by the way. He's great as Cassian Andor, probably the best he's ever been. Adria Arjona's back as Bix. They gave her so much more to do, and she is incredible. Genevieve O'Reilly continues to be amazing as the character of Mom Mothma. I cannot believe my understanding of Mom Mothma is where it's at now as opposed to where it was at before. I just want to read like all the Mon Mothma material that's in books now, and I just love it so much. I don't know that Star Wars has felt this premium to me in many, many, many years. This is incredible television. I thought the show had a perfect finale, and I mean perfect. It is amazing how well it lines up with Rogue One and everything else. This is like the most Star Wars has felt put together and cohesive. Alan Tudyk returns as K2SO near the finale, and he does an amazing job. Kyle Soller as Cyril Karn is an amazing performer. Denise Gough as Deidre Miro is incredible as well, acting alongside Kyle Soller. The development they've now given to director Krennic, Ben Mendelsohn does an amazing job as this character. This is my favorite Ben Mendelsohn performance ever, possibly. It's that good. The Empire feels scary. Stormtroopers feel scary. This is a real threat. The stakes feel high. When you rewatch Rogue One, the stakes feel even higher than they had before. I have one total very small gripe, very insignificant gripe with the show. That is that there's an actor in the first 3 episodes I didn't think worked very well. Luckily, that character got used so minimally that it didn't even end up mattering that much. We all know Alexander Skarsgård is an incredible actor, but what he has done as Luthen Rael is unbelievable, and I love Elizabeth Dulau as Clea. This is an actress that is going to get hired a lot more after this. She was amazing in this role, and I was just blown away by everything she did here. There's an episode that focuses just around those 2 characters, like Cassian Andor's not even in it, and it just really works, and you learn so much about those characters, and the show is just so deeply layered. It really makes everything else that Disney has done with Star Wars feel extremely amateur next to it. it. I mean, Tony Gilroy needs to stay in-house if this stuff wants to be premium moving forward. And I know they've all said we're done with Andor, and given the fate of some of the characters of Rogue One, I mean, this is a very complete, very full meal. You don't really need any more. It ends on the perfect note, but Tony Gilroy even managed to find a way to say, hey, Lucasfilm, if you want more of this, I did show you a way, and it's like amazing and jaw-dropping and mind-blowing, and I can't believe how great this show is. I do think it is like the best made Star Wars thing of all time. I'm not ready to say it's my personal favorite Star Wars thing of all time, but I'm certainly over the moon about it, and it belongs in the top 3 for sure. Did it top New Hope and Empire Strikes Back? As far as how well made it is, absolutely, but in terms of my own personal enjoyment, I'm probably going to go back to those 2 films just a little bit more, but I could be wrong. I need to see how this ages. This is just one stunning achievement of a show, and I've just never been so over the moon about Star Wars in just a very, 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 very long time. My fandom has remained for it, but I'm just like so stunned by how well this is done. Using locations instead of the volume stage is so beneficial. Please, Disney, keep doing that. It works. It does make the scenes more visceral, but you just need great storytelling on top of that, and very layered storytelling on top of that. Not every show needs to be as dark as Andor, but I do think that it does need to have the premium feel that Andor does, for sure. Guys, I have said my piece. I have not been this excited about Star Wars again in a very, 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 very long time. My heart is pumping. I'm in shock. My jaw is on the ground still. I feel like I haven't picked my jaw back up from the ground. This is how great this show is. They've done it. Congratulations, Tony Gilroy and team. And I know I probably forgot to mention some performers that did a phenomenal, stellar job, except for one particular actor, which I don't know how the guy got the job. Must have been a favor. Everybody else in the show, just A+ performances, and so well done, so well put together. This is an unbelievable achievement. I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I was watching the finale, and how well it all just kind of fit together, and how well it enhanced just about everything else surrounding it in the timeline. I need to go back and watch the original trilogy now to see how this has even enhanced that. It's just insane what the show has done, and I can't wait for you guys to watch it if you haven't. I'm now going to make a new stance as well for people wanting to get into Star Wars. Watch Andor Season 1 into Andor Season 2, then to Rogue One, and then watch the original trilogy after that. I just can't believe that Disney has now made a trilogy that rivals the original trilogy with Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2, and Rogue One. It's incredible what they've done. Not only that, Andor is now one of the greatest TV shows ever made. Just hands down. There's nothing that's going to top this for a long time, so there's that as well. Alright guys, my only fear now is that I've overhyped this thing, but you gotta let me know what you think of it. Are you excited to watch this season? If you haven't yet, I really hope you do. And before I get out of here, my name is Dom. If you like what you saw here today, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, hit the bell for notifications. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please go watch Andor Season 2, and I will talk to you guys later.